Hey everyone, CW Tech here, and in today's video we're going to be doing an unboxing of a Dell Optiplex 3000 i5 16GB of RAM 512 solid state. Nothing special, but let's go ahead and hop into it. Alright, first let's unbox this thing and see what comes inside. This is a standard configuration from Dell. We haven't added anything special, really, other than a pretty base configuration out of this build. So this is going to be a very standard business class workstation. We're going to be doing an unboxing, teardown, disassembly on how to replace the memory, get to the CPU, get to the hard drive, stuff like that. Nothing too complicated. And after this, we're also going to have another video for pretty much a pretty standard performance and benchmark review. So let's go ahead and see what's in here. And what do we have? We have a box of accessories, standard power cable, a little bit of documentation, how to hook up your computer. Nothing special here, so let's get this out of the way. Some machines come with a fairly decent bit of accessories depending on the configuration. Think if you get a specific upgraded video card, it's going to come with like the dongles and stuff like that. Super high-end machines will come with additional drive sleds, additional cables. Really, this is pretty much it. Looks like just a workstation inside of here, so let's go ahead and take out some of this packaging material. And yeah, that's it. And get this out of the way. So, plastic bag. Here we go. This is the 2023 model. I believe this is a 12th or 13th gen. I'll check it out here in a minute. But yeah, fairly clean. There's an I/O back there, nothing too special. So this is, like I said, a pretty basic work desktop configuration. You know, anytime I try to sell any workstation, base model is going to be an i5, going to have 16 gigs of RAM, going to have at least 512 NVMe SSD. Yeah, pretty clean machine here. 2 USB on the front, USB 3, 2 standard USB, audio and microphone jack. On the back, this doesn't have a dedicated GPU, so we have DisplayPort, HDMI, 4 more USB, and Ethernet, and really that's about it. It does have some options if you wanted to get some COM ports or a VGA port. You can usually add those on inside of Dell's configurer if you want to, you know, have that ability, but generally not that much of a need for that. So let's go ahead and disassemble this thing. Gonna readjust the camera real quick. All right, so with most Dells, we have 2 thumb screws on the back here, so let's go ahead and unscrew these guys. And this piece should slide out towards the camera. Yep, standard slide out. Everything looks pretty standard inside of here. Looks like we have a couple basic extra cables. Looks like we have a SATA and a mini SATA for some drives here. That's the inside. Again, nothing too complicated, but gonna have to remove a couple things to get to everything. So usually first, yep, we have here, we're going to have these 3 tabs going up here on the front panel. You're going to pry these up towards the top, and then this is going to pivot down like this, taking the front off. Very easy to get to. Looks like this is another one that we actually have to unscrew a couple things on. Let me make sure here. Yeah, so it looks like we have a single Phillips screwdriver, or a single Phillips bit. Here, let's go ahead and get this on. Handy dandy screwdriver here. Let's back this out. So now that we got that piece out, usually, yep, these just pry up. We're gonna have these cables right here. That's just in this little channel. Super easy. You just move them out of the way, and then this is gonna pivot up. And there's some pieces right here that we will just kind of take this out of. These 2 things line up inside of there, bolt down in there. Well, not really bolt, but just kind of pivot. And that's going to get us into the inside of this machine. So memory, this is a half-height M2 SSD. Very small boy here. Looks like that's about it. It does have a spot for a wireless card if you wanted to add that or get it added whenever you do build the machine. through Dell's website. But yeah, man, that's about it. Looks like we do have another SATA cable right here. If you wanted to add a third drive, so it looks like this can take. Yeah, so this doesn't have a CD DVD ROM, so that's probably what this one's for, is for the CD DVD ROM, and this is going to be for your 3.5 or 2.5 drive. So yeah, that's really what you're going to get to. Now you can go to a full-size SSD. You would just put it right there, and these are interchangeable. They just slide out. So to pull out the SSD, very simple, standard. It's an SSD, guys, nothing special here. This is going to come out. This guy right here, once you take out the standard screw, this is just going to slot out, and that is the SSD. Again, if you wanted to add a bigger one, you got to take this screw out of this one right here, and you just got to move it up over there, and that's going to fit a full-size M.2 drive in here. So let's go ahead and just slot this guy back in. Super easy to get to. Nothing special. And let's put this drive back in, just a single Phillips screw. So to get to the cooler, looks like there are 1, 2, 3. Yeah, looks like there's 3 screws. It's gonna be right here, and over here. If you wanted to get to the CPU heatsink, so let's just go ahead and pull that out. Nothing special here though on this. Very simple. So 3 screws, and a third one here. And that's going to pull the fan assembly out. It's going to have the 4-pin right here, so you're going to want to unhook that. Just going to pull straight out. Super simple. And then that is going to remove our fan assembly. So if you wanted to change the fan, that's how you would do that. Inside of here, if you need to change the heat paste, just going to be these 4 corner screws here. Just going to pop them off and put on some new thermal paste. Nothing special, and yeah, and then that's a stick of memory right there. So this does have 2 slots. If you wanted to add some additional memory in here, you can. Just make sure to be careful. Dell is very specific on memory. What I usually do is I go to the crucial memory selector, put in the exact model of this machine. It'll tell you all the speeds that are configurable. So yeah, that's it. Nothing too special, too exotic about this machine. It's a basic standard workstation. Very easily serviceable. If you were going to add a dedicated GPU, right here, you can, super easy, toolless. This thing's just gonna pop right up. You're gonna slot in your cards here, and then it's just gonna pop right down. Nothing special, nothing complicated at all. So let's go ahead and do a reverse install with the fan chassis. Just gonna plug in your 4-pin cooler, or your 4-pin fan on the motherboard. 3 screws. Gonna screw these guys back down. Very simple. Once you get it lined up right. And yeah, man, that's it. Not complicated at all. So we got the cooler back on. We never took the memory out. Memory, very simple, 2 sticks. We're gonna take this, the 2.5, the CD-ROM 3.5 kind of combo tray in here. And if you look, these 2 clips right here on this edge, this is what slots into these 2 pieces right here. So really it is that simple on just aligning these right in here. And then this is just going to pivot down. Make sure not to get that on your cables there. And it's going to be a single Phillips screw to get that back on here. And just drive that back down in there. And yeah, that's it. So we got everything in. This piece, blue tabs on the top. These have 3 little locking pieces on the front side panel. So you can see down here, these are the 3 holes that they go in. So you're just gonna align these with these 3. It just kind of pivots up, and then it's going to clip on. Now, one thing you gotta watch is you're gonna wanna make sure these are flush. Sometimes they don't wanna do that, but they just push forward, get everything snapped in and secure. And then side panel guys, not complicated. This guy in here, slide it forward, thumb screws on the rear, drive them back on there, and yeah, that is it. Very super simple disassembly, reassembly, and unboxing of this machine. you know, very easy to get into, not that big, very light, not heavy at all. So yeah, that's about it on the disassembly, teardown of this machine, unboxing. Very easy to get into, very serviceable on this machine. In the next video, we're going to run some standard benchmarks. I'm not going to do anything crazy because no one's going to be rendering or doing any kind of a heavy workflow on here. So I'm just going to run a couple basic test suites on this machine just to kind of see where it ranks up and stacks up. So stay tuned for that. Feel free to like and subscribe on this video. Really helps on getting the channel out there. Going to have some really exciting stuff to come out. As always, if you'd like to work with me, check the comments down below for my contact information. Thanks. Have a great day.